Hello everyone, Cassius Goens here, Professor of Drum Set at Ball State University. Excited to be with you for IPA's Virtual Clinic Week. Big thank you to them for having me. Make sure you check out all of the other clinicians and presenters this week. So excited to share with you today something that's special to me because it's my favorite lick. Um, Something that I play quite a bit, something that feels natural to me. One of those licks that's kind of ingrained in my musical DNA that I love to play, and there's lots of different ways that you can play it and get creative. So we'll just jump right into it. The lick is pretty simple. It's just a 5-note grouping of 16th notes. You could also think of it as eighths, but for today, let's think of it as 16th notes. And it's just a 5-note grouping. The sticking is right, left, right, right, left. I'll say that one more time. Right, left, right, right, left. That's all it is. Now you may be wondering, that sounds really, really simple. How can that be a lick? How can that be something that I can take and make my own? So let me go ahead and play it for you. And I'm going to take it through all the variations that I use. And then we'll break them down one by one. So here's the lick. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Pretty easy, right? So that was all the same lick. Right, left, right, right, left. So you may say, that didn't sound like right, left, right, right, left. I did a lot with a little. So let's talk about how I did that, right? You don't have to know a million different licks to be able to sound good or be creative, right? Sometimes knowing less is more because it forces you to be creative. And we'll talk about that a little later as well. So all of that I just played was right, left, right, right, left. The first thing I did to change that was simply repeat that grouping, right? Now, let's talk about a little math. Let's do a little math here, not to get too deep. But because it's a 5-note grouping, if I play it over and over again, let's say for 2 measures, it doesn't quite line up to get back on the 1, right? It's only 5 notes. So if I play that for 2 measures, it ends up being 30 16th notes. And we need 32 16th notes for 2 measures for it to line up and for me to get back on the 1. So if I play for 2 measures, I have to add 2 more notes to get out of it. So that can be a double stroke with your right hand, or what I like to do is just left, right, left, just alternate strokes. So I'm going to play it slowly, all on the snare, for 2 measures to show you how we can get back on the 1. Makes sense? Now I could also play that for 4 measures and I essentially have to do the same thing. So it doesn't quite line up, and that's one thing that I really like about this this lick and groupings of 5. It's a little odd, and it makes you think that something else is going on, when in reality we're just playing 16th notes. It's just because we're grouping it a little differently. So that's kind of the first step that I take to get creative with this lick. It's just repetition. And that's something I think of as a layer. I think of fills or licks and things in different layers. The first layer being simply playing the rhythm in its entirety on the snare drum, right? That's kind of the very first layer to get used to playing the lick, getting it in my muscle memory, getting used to that rhythm. The second layer I like to do is to add some accents with this particular sticking. So the accents that I like to use simply accent the first note of the 5-note grouping, so a right-handed stroke, and then the last note of the 5-note grouping, which is a left-handed stroke. So you end up having this right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right sort of thing going on. And it lays really nicely in the hands. It lays really nicely around the kit because it's all open-handed. I don't have to cross over. So I'll play the lick again for you. This is that second layer that I'm using, which is simply just accents. And we'll talk about this a little more in another lesson, but not only could I use accents, I can also use different ornamentations to make one lick or one idea sound a little bit different. So I could add flams to it, I could add a ruff to it, I could add a buzz stroke, simply playing the same rhythm, but then it sounds totally different. So here's me playing the lick again, adding those accents. The first note is accented, the last note is accented of the 5-note grouping. Check it out. So I play that for 4 measures that time. And you could see that grouping could just go on and on. You could play it as long as you want. As long as it's clean, as long as you know it, it's in your musical DNA, you can really start to give it some shape and to have fun with it. So let's recap a little bit before we go further. We have our lick, right? Right, left, right, right, left. We repeated that. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right. Then we added the accents on the first note and the last note of the 5-note grouping. The third layer that I like to do to enhance this lick is to simply reorchestrate it around the kit. So far, we've only been playing it on the snare drum, which sounds great, but we have a lot of drums here. We have a lot of different sounds and a lot of different textures. So that's a lot to work with. We have a large palette of colors here. So you could simply reorchestrate it around the kit. You can play it wherever you want. If it's in your muscle memory and you don't have to really think about the sticking, then you kind of have free will to play it all around the kit. So I'll play how that sounds. This is the lick, and I'm just going to play it around the kit. The sticking's not going to change. So lots of different things you can do. We're still on the same one lick, but we went through 3 different layers, which is a lot of gives you a lot of mileage out of one lick. You don't have to play a ton of different things to sound good or sound creative. We're still on the one lick. So reorchestrating it around the kit, one of the most simplest things that you can do to make something easy sound complex. So another thing that I like to do, we'll go to the 4th layer here, is I like to get my feet involved as well. So we play the drum set, we have to have 4-limb independence, right? It's all about having a brain in each limb, being able to play 4 different things at the same time. So it's natural for me to want to get my feet involved. And the thing that I like to do with this lick is simply playing my bass drum with my right hand on the first note of each grouping. So every time I play a right, left, right, right, I'm going to play a bass drum note. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right. I'll play that for you. Let's hear how it sounds. Now we could also get our left foot involved as well. So I could alternate between kick and left foot, or maybe I could play 2 consecutive notes for the 5-note grouping. So 2 rights, right, left, left, right. And then the next 2, play it with my left foot, with my hi-hat. So here's how that sounds. Starts to take on another shape, another sound. So now that we got our feet involved a little bit, we could also make this pattern linear. So we could turn it into a 6-note grouping by adding a bass drum at the end of the pattern. So right, left, left, kick. Right, left, left, kick. Right, left, left, kick. And that pattern could just repeat. So now it's starting to take another shape. Here's how that layer sounds. Has another sound, right? Starts to get a little bit more interesting. And now it's become a 6-note lick instead of a 5. Now I could also take the same idea or the same concept that we just talked about a brief moment ago by adding my left foot as well. So I'll play that same pattern, right, left, left, with the kick at the end, making it 6 notes, but I'll alternate between my kick and my left foot. Pretty neat, right? You can hear how it really takes on a shape of its own. And the beauty of this is we're still on just one lick, just one thing, right? We've gotten a lot of mileage out of it. So the last thing that I like to do with this particular lick is to start to take some things out of it. So as drummers, we always think about adding to it because we have so much to work with, right? We're always thinking about playing more, adding things. So how about we take the opposite approach and think about taking some things away? So what I like to do is start to take some notes out. So instead of playing right, left, right, right, left, 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 I like to simply just play the right of each grouping. So right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And it starts to be a little bit deceiving, right? It makes you think that the time has shifted or the downbeat has been displaced. So it's kind of cool. It kind of becomes like a rhythmic illusion, but essentially I'm still playing that 5-note grouping. I'm just not playing all of the notes. So check it out. I'll play the lick in its entirety, and then I'll start to take some of the beats out and only accent the first note of the grouping, which is with my right hand. Check it out. Were you still with me? It can get a little weird once I start taking some things out. But if you're always thinking of the sticking and the pattern, right, left, right, right, left, or some people like to use words to go along with rhythm. So university, 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 university. If that is in your muscle memory, you've practiced it, you've learned it, you can play it without thinking about it. Once you start to take some things out, it's pretty easy to do so. So that's a number of different ways to make one lick sound really complicated, but you're really not doing anything totally different. You're still playing the same lick at the end of the day. So let's recap a little bit. We took our lick, we repeated it, right? We added some accents, we reorchestrated it around the kit, we added our feet, right? We made it linear by adding one extra note and making it a 6-note pattern. And then lastly, we took some of the beats out and simply played the first note of each 5-note grouping. So you could use these concepts, these ideas for any lick, any rudiment, anything that you're practicing, anything that you already know, to really get a lot of mileage out of it and to really get creative. So I hope this was all beneficial to you. I hope you learned something. I hope you can take this lick and make it your own. Practice it, play it, see what you can come up with. Let me know, send it to me. I'd love to see you guys playing this lick. So that's it for now. Keep practicing. Stay safe. I'll catch you next time.